Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Yeah, well, this will about do it for the videos for today. So today's video is the last one for today's uploads, but ooh, is it a doozy? So please come around, sit down. Let's get into it. Now, I don't know if you are aware, and if you are a Bravo watcher, Real Housewives franchisee enjoyer, I don't know if you've been aware, there's been apparently a little bit of a scavenger hunt going on about looking at possible new cities for the Real Housewives franchise. Now, personally, I am okay with the ones that we have right now. I just think there needs to be some tweaking and stuff happening to some of those. But it appears that there is a possibility that there's one that is definitely in the running. And not only that, but it's also being said that it may be possible that we're looking at a new version, a Real Housewives edition version of the Hunger Games. So we're going to get into this because this is a two-part video here. And the two parts are going to be done all in this video, okay? So we're going to get into it. First, we're going to get into the city that looks to be the one that is getting to the top of the pile of cities of choice for a new Real Housewives franchise. So let's go ahead and get into it. Sit back, relax. Let's go. All right. So this sharing is actually coming from the Providence Journal. All right. It's sharing who are the Real Housewives of Rhode Island. Instagram offers a speculative cast list. You heard it. Rhode Island. Not on my bingo card. Let's get into it. Sharing shares that while the official announcement that Bravo ordered the new show, The Real Housewives of Rhode Island, came on May 7th, for months, a social media account has been speculating or planting clues about who might be on the cast. A spokesperson for Bravo had declined to formally confirm cast members of the Providence Journal, but an Instagram account with the handle The Real Housewives of Rhode Island, creative, right, has been teasing information about potential cast members since December. Now, the posts have included pictures of the homes of some of the speculative cast members. A typical Real Housewives show has 5 to 9 cast members. So far, the Instagram account has teased 6 couples and 7 houses for the show. Based on those teasers, here's who could be on the show. Now, a separate Instagram and Twitter account known for posting reality television news also posted a potential cast list that matched the Real Housewives of Rhode Island's account with some additional names. So basically saying Real Housewives of Rhode Island, local enthusiasm is playing a role in luring Real Housewives to Rhode Island and what we know about the show thus far, what possibly we can see. So the first person on tap is a Rosie Woods DeMare, maybe? Okay. It says here that the Instagram account posted this about a North Kingston home, 7-minute drive from Mount View Beach, lies an adorable 3-car garage, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and 1 amazing walk-in closet. Home to a fabulous housewife who was serenaded by her husband, a professional Frank Sinatra impersonator. Later, a post named Rosie and her husband, Rich from North Kingston. Rosie Woods DeMare is married to professional Frank Sinatra impersonator Rich DeMare. She's a former television news reporter and anchor, as well as DJ and MC. She posted in November 2024 about buying a house that looks just like the one on the account that was teased. Next up, a Monique Pass. Now, in one of the houses teases, the Instagram site dropped the clues that a housewife is expected to stand by her husband, a former professional athlete, while he faces charges for allegedly assaulting an 82-year-old man at a Planet Fitness. Oh, Lord. And later, the account named Monique and Patrick, who are most likely Monique and Patrick Pass. Now, Patrick Pass, who lives in North Providence, was arrested apparently in September 2024 for allegations of shoving an 82-year-old man to the floor at Planet Fitness. Well, right now, I'm not thinking he's going to be well too liked if he's one of the cast members. He played 7 seasons with the New England Patriots, winning 3 Super Bowl titles. That case is still traveling through the courts. Next up, Elizabeth McGraw. Another speculative cast member of Real Housewives of Rhode Island is Elizabeth McGraw. The Instagram account teased a Cranston house with the clues, this waterfront dream house is what we call the Golden Tuna. Married to a cannabis king and sports fisherman, this smoke show is one hell of a catch. Oh, that's pretty clever. Later, they introduced the couple as Elizabeth and Gerard. Now, Elizabeth McGraw is married to Gerard McGraw, the president of Thomas C. Slater Compassion Center and medical and recreational cannabis business in Rhode Island. He also runs a sport fishing business out of Newport and Florida. Next up, Rula Pontarelli, I think it's Pontarelli. So next up on the speculative list, Rula Naimi Pontaneri, a financial planner married to podiatrist Brian F. Pontaneri. Oh, goodness, that's going to be hard to say fast. The account posted that Rula from Lincoln and her husband, Brian, in January, was basically sharing the Lincoln house that the Instagram account had teased. Here lives the queen bee boss lady. Her husband is a podiatric surgeon and waits on her hand and foot. Now, Joe Ellen Taberry, when posting about the Cranston house, the Instagram account said that the potential housewife who lives there is a cool and sculpted beauty. Her husband is a high-performing mortgage lender who is top 4 on his team. And later they posted, say hi to Jolene from Cranston, as well as her husband, Gary. Now, Gary Taberelli is a mortgage loan officer with Mortgage Movement out of Providence, married to Joe Ellen Taberry. So that was pretty much her introduction. Next up, we have Alicia Carmody. Another couple the account posted was Alicia and Bill from Providence. And the post about the Providence house, the clue was this ranch, built in 1960, is located on the east side of Providence, the city's most prestigious neighborhood. It is home to Rhode Island's first housewife. She is a fiance to a highly educated Democratic small business owner, and Carmody is engaged to Bill Kitsillis, who owns Angelo's Palace Pizza in Cumberland and Antonio's Pizza by the Slice in Pawtucket, in addition to recently opening Pizza Mama in Cranston. A lot of movers and shakers here. Who else might be in the cast? Well, a list posted by the reality television blogger account Dorinda Deadly that describes itself as the ultimate fusion of US and UK reality TV and pop culture has 8 names of Rhode Islanders it expects to be in the cast. They are and do include the 5 that we just mentioned in this sharing, as well as Brianna Latore and Stefania Costa and Kelsey Swanson. Now, Swanson in particular is heavily speculated to be on the show, as one of the house teasers included a reference to a former Miss Rhode Island, a title she held in 2017. So the names that this was found on Twitter is sharing. It says, hey, meet the alleged cast of the Real Housewives of Rhode Island, and the names that they are given, speculative, of course, Brianna Latore, Joe Ellen Taberry, Elizabeth McGraw, Monique Rosie Woods, Alicia Carmody, and Stephanie Costa and Kelsey Swanson. So several ladies that look to be potentially could be the cast for this new franchise. And we'll just have to see how that all pans out. I want to know your thoughts on that for sure. Let me know down below. Do you think that this is a good idea? Do you think we need another franchise for Real Housewives? Or do you think that more time should be taken into the ones that are already here? Do you think developing a new show is going to take away from the other shows, which then may put them in more peril if they're not really high on the ratings sector? I'd love to know your thoughts on that. Are you interested in Rhode Island as a city to learn more about? I'm sure we're going to hear probably a lot of historical facts about some things in regards to the city as well. That would be a refresher for some of us who, may have been a while since we've hit those history books. But yeah, I think there's going to probably be a lot to offer. Nevertheless, it seems like it's going to be a plethora of individuals. But doesn't it seem a bit interesting how maybe possibly there could be some, resemblance of a certain element of a show maybe that already might be on the franchise? This is where the Hunger Games, I think, just might begin, because apparently there was some talks about, I guess, Andy Cohen saying, possibly that Rhode Island could give New Jersey a run for their money. Oh, so is this what we're doing here? Is this how we're going to get New Jersey to get back to whatever, level that it used to be? Is it potential that if they do decide to not go with New Jersey, that Rhode Island, if all goes well, will take that place? Oh, let's go ahead and get into this one. Oh, I tell you, the heads keep turning when it comes to this, right? All right, so let's get on to this next sharing that's being provided to us by, and you know what? Let me go ahead and pop it real real quick. Give me just a sec. Because, yes, I need to know what is really going on. And if you're interested, you'll want to know too, right? Okay, so let's get into it. Now, according to page 6, it shares that Andy Cohen says incredible new show Real Housewives of Rhode Island will give RHONJ a run for its money. Woo-wee, those sound like fighting words to me. So now apparently Andy Cohen is confident that Bravo fans will eat up the Real Housewives of Rhode Island. He says the cast is incredible. The executive producer gushed to page 6 exclusively at Cinema Society's screening of Lily on Wednesday night. Says they are very Italian, he continued. Rhode Island is such a small state and they all kind of know each other and overlap. And it's an incredible group of women who have really interesting connections. I think it's going to really surprise people. Now, when page 6 noted that the Real Housewives of New Jersey also has a primarily Italian-American cast with family drama, Cohen 56 explained why the two differ. Well, they're in Rhode Island. It's a coastal, he pointed out, calling the yet-to-be-announced stars even more Italian with deep families. The Watch What Happens Live host did, however, concede that the upcoming series with Bravo announced Wednesday does kind of remind you of the early Jersey in a weird way, which led us to our next question. Did the network do a thorough background check this time? When we started Jersey, nobody had done anything illegal, he replied. Now, indeed, it would be several years into the RHONJ before original cast member Teresa Giudice and her then husband Joe Giudice were sentenced to prison for fraud and tax evasion. That said, Cohen did admit the screening process has changed. As the show has evolved, he explained carefully, the diligence has evolved. When Rhori, as it's going to be called, if that does go fully on into play, which I actually like Rhori as a sound, RHORI, hits the airwaves, it will become the 12th installment in the Juggernaut franchise, which started with Real Housewives of Orange County in 2006. How far have we come? Now, Cohen went to Wednesday's New House screening to support his longtime pal, John Benjamin Hickey, who stars in Lily opposite Patricia Clarkson. Other bold-faced names in attendance included Hillary Clinton, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Matthew Broderick, Gayle King, Jim Parsons, John Slattery, Victor Garber, Jerry Jones, Tony Shalhoub, and Katie Couric. Just, I guess, to name a few, and if you were interested in what he was doing that evening. So, wow. I mean, wow. Is that not like shots fired? I mean, I kind of feel like this is kind of like going for something here, and it's not been done before, I don't think. Definitely not so outwardly either. And that's what I was saying to myself. I was reading over, the kind of speculative elements of what could come of this show, it seems awfully familiar in some kind of interesting way. And there you have it. It's out there now. And we'll see if this continues to move forward. There has been many franchises that have come and gone, such as DC, Dallas, Miami had went away for a while and now it's just presently back. I feel like I'm missing a franchise somewhere along the way as well. But so to see that this new one is coming, I definitely think it will give a freshness to the franchise for sure. There's so much going on and talks about the East Coast side of things at this point when it comes to Real Housewives of New Jersey, as well as even in New York is kind of getting a couple of side-by digs as well. And I will be getting into a video on that later on the platform too, in regards to some things going on with Real Housewives of New York as well. But staying into what we're going on here, we all know that famously Real Housewives of New Jersey has been basically put on a pause. Things just got too contentious and happened for years, if we're honest. There's always the kind of the fight all the time between Teresa and Melissa, and it never could seem to get to a resolve. And it only seems like the wounds are deepening and deepening as time goes on. And it just seems to be more mudslinging, verbal assaults, all that kind of stuff going on. And, it just doesn't seem to be any kind of resolve to their situation. And, one of the options definitely was basically a full reboot. Another option was, changing out some of the ladies. That also put a situation in which, it's kind of like us against them type thing, like either you were Team Teresa or Team Melissa. In my case, I think both of them would be great to continue on the show. They just need to get that other stuff together. But for whatever reason, whatever the breakdown is, they just can't seem to get it together. There's a lot of things going on, I think, in both ladies' lives that would be interesting to see it carry on. And of course, they are family, and not all family gets along. It sure would be nice that it comes to some kind of, resolution to these issues and move forward on to, other things that are going on in the current span of time. But yeah, it's quite interesting how this is all shaping up. And there's also another reality show that's set to come out. I actually did a video on this maybe about a year ago, almost it feels like, about some of the Bravo kids that were kind of getting together out in New York and I guess sharing their lives. And I believe that Gia is one of the cast members from, which is Teresa's oldest. And she's supposed to be on that show along with Candy Burris's daughter and, a few other individuals as well from the Real Housewives, some of the offspring from those shows. And so this will be interesting to see how this all, comes into play. Quite frankly, I like I said, maybe unpopular opinion, but I would love for Real Housewives of New Jersey to come back with the same cast that they just left out, and minus Jackie Goldschneider though. But I digress. And it tried to come to some different situation here, but I don't think that's going to happen. I do think there's going to be quite a few people replaced out of that show, if any of them really do survive. It may only end up being Teresa and Melissa, because I don't think they quite really know where to, what they're going to do there, unless one of the ladies bows out, and I don't see that happening per se, but stranger things have happened. So yeah, but with this Rhode Island situation and kind of putting it up to the test, it almost makes it feel like we're kind of revving them up to see, look, if you want to stay on and stay relevant, here's what we may have as a replacement for you. Now, that may not be what it's meant to do, but I'm kind of thinking it feels a little on the shady side to me. Now, I think that Rhode Island, whatever they put together, is probably going to be really good. I'm going to watch it and check it out for sure myself. But I'm wondering, look, I don't think there's an issue with having more East Coast, Real Housewives franchises, but it just feels a little bit like, I don't know, maybe they're looking to do a bit of comparison and, letting the fans and their viewership fight it out. And whichever one doesn't go up against that one, it may be time to say goodbye to one and hello to a new echelon. So I think that if this is all going to move forward, I'm sure the ladies are going to bring it on Rhode Island, and we always love it when the ladies bring it in the best of ways, right? So of course, now it's still another set of individuals we'll have to get used to, we'll have to get to know, we'll have to begin to like, and maybe love to like or love to not like so much. So we will definitely have to see how that goes, but I'm definitely keeping my eyes out on this one, and I'm going to be sharing the updates as I see them and letting you know what's going on that front. But I'm definitely thinking that we got a little bit of a royale setting up, and it also makes it a little bit easier, doesn't it, for the actual network to just kind of let the fans duke it out in a sense by their viewership and whether or not who you're watching and who you're not watching and who you're comparing to and who you're not comparing to. And then I do wonder too, is it possible that maybe in the New Jersey ladies there are connections between the New Jersey ladies and some of the New York cast, right? They know them, familiar with them. Maybe that might be the same with the Rhode Island. Who knows? We'll see. This is very different. But I kind of feel it's going to be a good kind of different, at least for the fans. I don't know about the cast from New Jersey, but at least for the fans, I think it's going to be a good thing for us. So yeah, but I definitely would love to know your thoughts. So definitely leave those down respectfully in the comment section below. Let me know what you're thinking. If you are interested and you are watching, if you think that this is a good direction to go, or you kind of just, kind of stick with oldies but goodies kind of thing and work on those shows too. But with that, I think I'm going to bid you adieu, because I think I've about covered for this video. But again, I am so grateful and thankful for you sharing your day with me here. If you had an opportunity to check out the other two videos, that is great. Definitely make sure that you have left your thoughtful comments down there so I can know what you're thinking on those. But if you have not had an opportunity, I hope that you will go ahead and go back and take a watch at those and definitely leave your thoughts, as I enjoyed sharing mine. And of course, I would love for you to leave your all notification bells on, because I will have more videos coming out tomorrow, more stories, more things to talk about. Definitely want to know your thoughts on those as well. And yeah, there's just so much happening this week, as the week of the uploading of this video, of course, but definitely with the Cassie excuse me, the P. Diddy trial, and Cassie is speaking and all that. And yeah, lots going on with that, and some of the other witnesses as well. So I will probably do some type of a kind of a wrap up of the week of some of the things that highlights, to kind of get you, abreast of some of the things that was going on and some things that has popped out over the week on this case. Don't know how long it's going to last for sure. I think it's going to maybe last a lot longer than thought or anticipated it will last in the original form, but it's a lot going on, as you may know if you already follow or could imagine if you're not. But I will probably do, like I said, some bit of a wrap up of just what's going on for the week, and yeah, share that with you and get your thoughts as well. But yeah, with that, I think I'm going to bid you adieu. You take care, stay safe, and be blessed. And until next time, bye. Oh yeah, of course, if you are new here, and you hadn't had a chance to hit that subscribe button, well, hit that subscribe button, be part of the family. Would love to have you. And of course, for all of my family members already here, thank you for your continued listening and viewing support. All right, now I'm going to bid you adieu. Take care. Bye.